In the building, we in the building. What we gonna be in the building with?
Hey, the Reporter newspaper online. This is Animal and my brother Hakeem.
We in the building. Hey man, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What we playing, son?
Hey man, that's the Commodores. I like to fly away.
That's your style.
Hey man, I like to do. I had to do that.
So you just came in here, agrihiphop.com, and throwing in your renegade
Well, you
style.
know, I'm in my comfort zone, bro. That's how I do.
Okay, so tell everybody, man, what the Reporter newspaper is all about, bro.
Well, the Reporter newspaper is all about. Well, you know, the Reporter newspaper is celebrating 50 years of actively telling us the news from our perspective.
Word.
You know, should I say the black perspective?
Right.
Okay, we'll go there. Okay, you know.
Been in business for 50 years?
Been in business for 50 years, you know.
We're online now.
Oh, yeah. That's where that online thing come at. Reporter newspaper online.
.com.
Always to come.
Hey man, always to come. Listen, for those that don't know, the Renegade King Animal is an ex-professional wrestler. Been putting it down for mad years. Now he's doing his media thing on a different level.
Yeah, well, you know, hey man.
On a different level, but you know, we're going to be talking about some different things in the news and everything. And let's just open up right up with what's been happening with the Nipsey Hussel thing. Let's go off top. And I want to ask you your opinion. When you first heard the bad news, what do you think?
Well, you know,
the
sad thing about it is I never even knew of this man until after his death, which is a travesty in itself, considering all the good he's done. You know, but, you know, when our people do good, it kind of seems to avoid the headlines. It don't get as much media attention as they should be. So guys like me will be left out not knowing. But, you know, once I was brought up to speed on who this guy was and what he was all about, you know, I figured it was a sad thing because, you know, it seemed like every prominent black individual that's out there sharing views and are inspiration to society and the public, something tragic ends up happening to them by accident, if you will, or on purpose, or is something that was a plot, which we will get into that a little bit later about where I'm going with this, you know.
I don't know. You talking soft though.
Hey man,
I don't know what it is.
I'm a lover, man.
I see. Hey,
you know?
Listen, man. But
okay.
A lot of people was thinking off top that this was some COINTELPRO stuff. A lot of people was thinking that this guy's doing so much dynamic stuff in the community that we got to get him out. A lot of people just think it's just plain old nigga shit. Okay, where you tend to dance from in that lane?
Well, I have a tendency to believe that it can be perceived as gang related, or if you will, nigga shit, because it was a black guy that done it. But we don't know exactly who was behind that black guy to push him into the lane to even do that.
Good point.
Yeah, it could have been that, you know, a black guy does it. It's easy to, you know, kind of dish it off as a black gang related thing when in actuality it was something else a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper behind it, because his brother was doing a little bit too much and he was getting the establishment, if you will, kind of nervous.
Man, okay, I see. That's why they call you the animal.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, man. So when it comes to the funeral, his queen, Lauren London, was speaking. Should we play that right now or what?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
We got that on the Reporter newspaper.
Here she is right here.
Let me see. Let's go to play.
Los Angeles, where a memorial service is underway for Nipsey Hussel. His longtime girlfriend, actress Lauren London, eulogized him just moments ago.
You've given me the opportunity to really love a man. You've been with me while I've been sick, through all my fears. You have encouraged me and inspired me to reach higher. I've learned so much about myself with you. You've been my turn-up and my church. I wouldn't want to go through this journey with anyone but you. I look up to you in a lot of ways, and I strive to educate myself more like you have. And when we are at odds, I feel defeated and sad, knowing that we are so much better than that. I just want you to know that you've been the greatest boyfriend to me. You aren't perfect, but I would never ask you to be. You and I work, we fit, and you're the coolest guy in the world to me, still. I love you so much unconditionally. My truth is this: I'm never gonna give up on you. My love and my devotion is to you. And I sent that January 21st, 2019. I had to write something because I've never felt this type of pain before, but I know that God is alive. But bear with me, y'all. His soul was majestic. He was the strongest man that I ever knew, a gentle father, a patient leader, a divine light. He was brilliant. He researched everything, completely self-taught, constantly seeking knowledge. He would go to bed and listen to these audiobooks in his headphones, and I would tease him, but that really is what I thought was the coolest shit ever about him. And he would wake up in the morning and play music for the kids and light a sage and burn it around the house and just make sure that our energy going outside would be uplifted and that we could handle the day.
You were spiritual with it.
You know, my pain is for my 2-year-old that probably won't remember how much his dad loved him.
Get found out after the man's untimely death.
Right.
You know.
This is something that, you know, I don't really understand, but I know that airmen always used to ask people that you experienced them. And I'm so honored and blessed that I got to experience such a man.
What'd you think about that, bro?
Oh, man, that was heartfelt, you know.
I mean, I hear you. I don't know if they hear you though.
Oh man, I got to get out of that, don't I? know. I'll get better, but that was heartfelt to me. You know, no one ever thought that I would have emotions, but I'm touched by things of that nature. You know,
Man, that's crazy, man. Because let's go with this, man. Let's go with this now. Now this is at the top of the news. Let's read. I'm gonna read the headline. You tell me about what you think. Arizona man fatally shoots his wife, daughters because he thought she was creeping with his own brother. Man, do I need to play this? Let's play this first, okay?
Yeah, go ahead with it.
And let you out of the camera. See?
I can't do that.
There you go. Let me see.
A child, 5 years old, her sister, just 7, and their mother, 29, all of them killed, allegedly at the hands of the man who should be loving them and protecting them.
The children's own father, the woman's own husband.
Yeah.
ABC 15's Cameron Polam joining us live from the 4th Avenue jail where that man is locked up tonight. Cameron, these details are just heartbreaking.
Look, we go through reports like this all the time, but this one in particular made me sick to read. And detectives say it's all true because Smith admitted to all of it. After killing 4 people, including his wife and 2 kids, court documents show Austin Smith gave detectives a reason for the rampage, telling them God told him to do it.
One of the investigators that I spoke to is a very seasoned investigator, and he said it's probably one of the worst scenes he's ever seen.
Court documents say Smith went to an apartment near 67th Avenue and Indian School Thursday evening looking for his brother, who he accused of sleeping with his wife. When his brother wasn't there, he confronted a family friend. Witnesses say that friend told Smith he was crazy for thinking such a thing. That's when Smith pulled out a handgun and shot him several times, also shooting 2 people trying to help the victim. Police showed up while that gunfire continued to ring out.
Just like rapid fire, bam, 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 bam.
Then they saw a man driving away who would turn out to be Smith and took him into custody. But investigators would soon discover another grisly scene inside Smith's Phoenix home. His wife, who denied the affair, shot and killed. Documents show he then turned his attention to his 2 daughters, shooting his 5-year-old in the head and beating his 7-year-old to death with a baseball bat for crying.
That sounded to me like he was
death.
listening to those demons
Smith
inside
says
of his
he
head.
left his 3-year-old daughter alive because she reminded him of him, and his 2 oldest reminded him of his wife. Some pretty horrific details. Smith faces multiple charges of first-degree murder. The judge in the case issuing a $2 million bond, calling Smith a danger to the public
He's not
and
getting
a flight
out.
risk. Kate?
Look, man, he beat the 7-year-old in the head with a bat, to death with a bat.
Mm-hmm.
He beat her in... Dude, Now, I'm going to be honest. All of this was because he thought his wife was creeping with his brother. So I got a question to ask you.
Talk to
Beauty
me,
and the
man.
Beast style.
Here we go.
If you come home and your brother is banging your queen, and everybody can make a comment.
Okay.
If you come home, your brother banging your queen. I mean, can you relate to homeboy losing his cool or what? What would you do, brother?
Well, you know, I can understand the aspect of losing your cool, but no situation of that nature should bring about murder, because that's pretty much what it was. If anything, you know, I'm old school. I believe if I walk in on a situation like that, I'm gonna have to put these mitts on somebody.
Somebody
You
gonna
know,
get hit though?
so somebody gonna, hey, it's gonna have to go down right there. But I am not, I may acquire an
careful with the
assault
table.
charge or something of that nature for, losing my cool at that moment. But there's no reason in the world to be killing folks. You know, killing his brother, killing his wife, killing his kids, all that. That's just overkill right there. That's not necessary.
But you will whoop somebody's ass though.
Oh yeah, it has to be a beatdown. It has to be some ruthless aggression, if you will. You know.
So, hey, I want to know if you guys would do the same thing. Hey, man, in closing, this is the reporternewspaperonline.com. Let's talk about Tiger Woods, man.
Oh boy. Well, I just recently heard that Tiger Woods won his first Masters, since 2008.
Wait a minute, how can you fall off like that for that long, and 8 years later get back on your ding?
Well, he has some little turbulation in the mix between then and now that kind of was priming his fall off, with his woman at the time or whatever the case may be. The whole shooting the window out the van and him wrecking and then all of a sudden he started having all these breakdowns in his body, his back, his physical ailments seemed to be catching up with him to the point where he wasn't the man that he was once when it came to the whole pro golf thing.
But he bounced back though.
Well, I guess 10, 11 years, that's enough time to kind of reassess the situation and get yourself together. It's good to see him back on, doing his thing, Mr. Cannibal Asian, if you will.
But that's it, man, for the AkronHipHop.com,
Okay.
the ReporterNewspaperOnline.com, with the Renegade King Animal. Take us out of here, Animal.
Well, for the ReporterNewspaperOnline.com, this is Animal, the Lord of Discipline, my brother Hiram Akeem. We out.